Hello, Tadeboye David here again. Welcome to another session of the Big Game Conference. And I believe that you've been getting excess and massive value already from this event. We've had Zim Simon speak to us today, and shortly we will be having Sir Niyi Soyinka, who is going to talk to us on how to make impact even as we do what we do for free. All right, that might not be the right topic, but then please let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know if you can hear me. You can also share the link so that your friends can join us. Let me know if you can hear me, please. If you can hear me, let me know. Can we all hear me? Am I audible enough? Can we hear me? Can we hear me? All right, beautiful. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us in the Big Game Conference. So we are just going to listen to the profile of our next speaker. We are going to listen to the profile of our next speaker. The profile is very rich, and this is the reason why you should even listen to the person. So up next is the profile of our speaker.
Niyi Soyinka, fondly called the Success Catalyst, is a life, leadership and business coach, trainer and consultant. He is the lead strategist at Big Shot Consulting Limited, a human resource development firm. He is the go-to guy wired to propel entities to discover, develop and deploy their potentials, whether as individuals or as institutions. Niyi focuses on helping clients build the bridge between their desires and destination. He is also a radio host. His weekly broadcast, 60 Seconds with Niyi Soyinka, has gained massive viewings and had tremendous impact on people. Currently, Niyi Soyinka is the Kaduna State Coordinator of Gemstone, generation empowered, motivated and stirred to operate with natural excellence, founded by Mr. Fela Durotoye, a non-governmental organization geared towards making Nigeria a most desirable country to live in. He is a Chartered Personnel Manager and an associate member of the Chartered Institute Personnel Management (CIPM), as well as the Nigerian Institute of Management (NIM), and holds an MBA with a specialist in human resource management. Meet Niyi Soyinka.
Thank you, Sir Niyi, for joining us. Thank you very much for being part of the Big Game Conference. Thank you for joining us today. We are so glad to have you here.
It's such a pleasure to be here. David, it's good to see you again here. Yeah,
Yes,
I'm super
sir. Thank
excited.
you.
I didn't know you would be my anchor today, so it's good to see you. Yeah,
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We're also excited to have you here.
yeah.
So you have the stage already,
All
sir.
right.
Please, we are ready to
All
learn
right,
from you
beautiful,
already. You
beautiful.
have the stage.
Awesome. Awesome. Once again, thank you, David, for having me here. I want to start by thanking Esther for coming up. First of all, I want to say happy birthday to you again. All right. I pray that this year will be your best year, that this year will launch you into greatness than you've ever desired. All right. So I want to thank you, Esther, sincerely for counting me worthy to be here. I do not take it for granted at all. I truly, truly appreciate it. I also want to use this opportunity to also thank all of the amazing speakers and panelists so far. It's been an amazing and incredible conference, I gather. I've been able to come in a few times, and I know that is quite an impressive meeting. I told Esther a few days ago that the level of excellence, towards the preparation of this conference is really, really commendable. So Esther, I must commend you deeply, and so also commend, because I also know you did not do it alone. I also commend your team, your amazing team, incredible. All right, David, Deborah, and Festus, I understand is behind the console. every one of you, I may not be able to mention your name. Thank you for putting this work to life, and thank you for supporting Esther to bat this dream. All right. So today, like you've heard, I wanted to talk to us about how to make impact even as you earn a fee from what you do for free. How to make impact even as you earn a fee from what you do for free. Like Adeboye David said earlier, please share this on your WhatsApp status. Tell your friends and your neighbors, tell your friends, your enemies, if you have any, and probably your frenemies, that we are live here, right? So I want to start by talking about the word impact, right? I need us to know as a start that impact can be in life. Every one of us is making a positive impact, or we are making a negative impact. This is very important. Everybody is making a positive impact or a negative impact. There is nobody that is making no impact. There is nothing like neutrality. There's nothing like I'm not making impact, nobody is disturbing me. I'm not impacting anybody, nobody's impacting me. There's no neutrality in the journey of impact. You are either making a positive impact or you are making a negative impact. Now, somebody tells me that, well, if I'm not making an impact, how come it is negative? Let me explain to you. So what it means is this: if you are not making a positive impact, you are saying that you are making no impact, so you are fine, you are cool. But the truth is this: as long as you are not making any positive impact, those who are making negative impact are trending more. And so let's imagine somebody is depressed, somebody is suicidal, somebody, all right, steals, for instance, okay? And you, by making positive impact, you're supposed to change that person. But because you say you are making no impact, what it means is that those who are negative, who make negative impact, will keep trending and capture this guy more. So it simply means, no one, I believe scripture says that, if you are neither hot nor cold, I'm going to spoil you out of my mouth. So it's either you are positive or negative. Let's know which one you are. There is no neutrality, because even nature, they say, our boss, no vacuum. All right. So it's very important to know. So we must be intentional. Like one of the things we talk about in Gemstone, we say that make a positive impact everywhere you go and on everyone you meet. All right. It must be an intentional thing to make a positive impact everywhere you go and everyone you meet. And I want to say again that impact is about value. Right? Impact and value is about two things: solving a problem or answering people's question. Impact is about value, and value is about answering questions or solving problems. When you're able to solve people's problem on purpose, people's problem on discovery, people's problem on finances, you are adding value and you are making impact. One. All right. When you're able to answer questions, people who are depressed, suicidal, people who do not have direction for living, when you're able to answer their questions, you are adding value and you're making impact. So impact is about value, and value is simply about solving problems or answering questions. Very powerful, right? So how do you make impact even as you earn a fee from what you do for free? So let me take you on a journey. I'm going to take us on a journey tonight on how you can earn a fee from what you do for free. When I take a talk like this, I've taken close to maybe 25 to 40, 50 talks in the last 1 or 2 years, particularly on this subject. I know Esther did it deliberately because that's the title of my best-selling book, How to Earn a Fee from What You Do for Free. I tell people always that you need to learn and you need to know how to earn a fee from what you do for free. You know why? So that you can have, because everybody, I want to believe that many Nigerians and probably everybody listening to me or watching me out there right now, if we were to ask you what is your greatest desire in life, your greatest desire would be that I want to help people, I want to help humanity, right? And you see, the truth is this: you and I will need money. It doesn't matter how we want to coin it to help humanity. So I tell people always that you need to know how to earn a fee, all right, from what you do for free, so that you can do more things for free. That's a quotable quote. That's a, aspire to perspire, right? But listen to it very carefully, okay? You need to learn how to earn a fee from what you do for free, so that you can do more things for free. Because as long as you're not earning a fee from what you do for free, that your vision of helping humanity will not come to pass. So one more time, for the umpteenth time, you need to learn how to earn a fee from what you do for free, so that you can get to do more things for free. So I'm going to take you on My talk is going to be divided into three major headlines. But before I even talk about that, there's a story of a guy. I actually believe that one of the greatest tragedies in our world, one of the major tragedies in our world, Deborah, it's good to see you. All right. One of the greatest tragedies in our world is that number one is death, physical death. All right. And I'm not about to stoke anybody's emotion. I'm not about to get anybody crying tonight. All right. In my final years, many years ago, I lost my father. So I know what it means. So the first tragedy I believe in our lives is the tragedy called physical death. The second tragedy is what dies in us while we are living. All right, what dies in you? No wonder the legendary Dr. Miles Monroe. We said that the richest place in the world is not the oil well of Kuwait. It's not the oil well in Kuwait. It's not the gold in South Africa or anywhere. He said the richest place in the world is beside your house, or probably next to my house. He said the richest place in the world is the graveyard. Why? Because you have a lot of unsung songs, a lot of unwritten songs, a lot of unsculpted artworks, a lot of stuff, right? So the second tragedy in life is what dies in us while we live, right? Very, very important. Okay, that's why you have a lot of living corpses, a lot of people who are living, but they are dead. Then the third tragedy, which is my major focus, is when you are not able to earn commensurate to what you do. So a practical example is this. Can I say that again? First tragedy is physical death. Second tragedy is what dies in you while you are alive. Third tragedy is when you are not able to earn commensurate to the skills and the capacity that you have and deliver. So it's akin to a first class material who graduated first class 4.55 or 4.65 over 5.0, made the first class, right, in chemical engineering, but is earning 15,000 naira as a monthly salary. Right? No, that's tragic, isn't it? Now, so apply that to your gift as well. Apply that to those skills that you have. If you're not able to earn a fee commensurate to that skill, then I believe it's a tragedy. So if you are out there tonight and you're like that, I've come to, take you on this journey so that you can shamelessly, all right, begin to earn a fee from what you do for free. I'm glad that Esther told me once that it was a book that helped her to begin to charge shamelessly for the things that she used to do for free. So I said earlier that I'm going to divide my talk into three major legs. Number one, right, I'm going to tell you about how to discover those skills, those abilities. That's number one, discovery. Number two, development, right? Then number three, deployment and duplication. So if you're writing, follow me again. Number one, I'm going to show you how to discover those things. Right. Number two, so you can make impact, of course. Number two, how to develop them. Number three, how to deploy and duplicate them. All right. So let's go. So number one, how do you discover your abilities? How do you discover those treasures that are on your inside that will make you earn a fee from what you do for free and that will make you add value and make impact in our world? All right. So if you want to write, I love to teach. So you may say 1A. 1A now is the power of inquisition. Remember, number one is discovery. So number 1A is the power of inquisition. Or if you wanted to add to that, you want to say the power of questioning. I truly believe that one of the greatest skills any man can develop in life is the skill of asking questions. So powerful. As simple as that is, I can tell you that a lot of people are in a hole. Thank you, Emmanuel. All right. A lot of people are in a hole. A lot of people are in a mess because they are not able to ask questions. So I used to prove it to people that I can show you how to discover your purpose. I can show you how to discover your abilities in 10 seconds by asking certain questions. Can we try that? Oh, so you want to discover your purpose? Let me ask you. So you will see the power of questions. All right. So you want to discover your purpose. You need to ask questions like this. Where am I from? All right. Where am I going? What can I do? What are my potentials? What is it that I cannot do without living? What is it that I can die doing? What can you wake me up at 1 a.m. and do without me thinking I'll do them selflessly? If you can answer these 7, 8 questions, I can bet you that you're on your journey to discovering your purpose. So apply this same principle on every area of your life. So your finances, there's something wrong, ask. A lot of people say that a question asked, all right, or they say, a problem shared is half solved. Say that if you share your problem, it is half solved already. I also love to add, all right, that a question asked is also 50% the answer already. Okay, and you see, the interesting thing about question is this: answers are not far away; they are just waiting for the right questions. Can I tell you again? Answers are usually not far away; they are just waiting for the right question. That's why when you enter an environment, you begin to ask certain questions. They begin to wonder, "Where are you from? Don't you know that this thing is readily available here?" Why? Because answers are around you; they are just waiting for the right question. So develop culture of asking questions, and you can alter your life completely by asking this question. No wonder the other day Albert Einstein was asked, he said a very powerful statement. He said, if you give me 60 minutes to solve a problem, I will use the first 55 minutes to ask question. Interesting, isn't it? I thought you were giving 60 minutes, Dr. Albert. How will you spend 55 minutes asking questions? He knew the importance of questions. He said, I will spend 55 minutes asking questions, and I will spend the rest 5 minutes to answer the problem. You know why he said that? He said that because probably the person that solved that problem before he came had solved it to 70%. So Albert Einstein will use, say, I'm just giving you an illustration. He will use, say, 55 minutes to ask, who invented this problem? Who had solved this problem before? Where did they get it to? Oh, they got it to 70%. Instead of him starting again from 1% to 70%, he will know that somebody has solved it to 70% because he's been asking questions. Then he can use the remaining time to solve the problem. That's the power of question. You must develop, you must be hungry to ask questions. The second thing, if you love to call it 1B, as per discovery, to earn a fee from what you do for free and to make impact, is the power of hunger. All right, the power of hunger, so powerful. Right, I believe the business servant many years ago, Tony Robbins said something. He said he has met business servants, SAVANTS. He has met politicians. He has met athletes. He has met consultants. He said there is no principle that beats the power of hunger. How hungry are you? Is it a must-have or a nice-to-have? You want to go on a journey of greatness? You want to go on a journey of impact? Then you must be hungry, sir. You must be hungry, man. All right. Is it a must-have or a nice-to-have? A lot of people love to stay in their comfort zone, but they do not realize that the most dangerous zone in the world is the comfort zone. Is the most dangerous zone because there's no growth, there's no improvement. You are just static. It's enjoyable, but it is dangerous. Can I say that again? The comfort zone is an enjoyable zone, but it is a dangerous zone because it can stagnate you. All right, but hunger will say, I want more. Right, there can be more. Even though I'm earning 1 million this month, I'm earning 50K this month, there can be more. Hunger is the game changer. Hunger, oh, so powerful. No wonder I remember the story of Al Maktoum, the Sheikh bin Al Maktoum, that great ruler of Dubai. You know what he said? He said, every day somewhere in Africa, the lion wakes up knowing that for me not to die of hunger, he must outrun the fastest gazelle. Can I say that again? The lion wakes up every morning in the jungle of Africa knowing that for he not to die of starvation, he must outrun the fastest gazelle. The gazelle is an animal. The gazelle is also not a fool. The gazelle also wakes up early in the morning and say that for me not to become a prey to the lion, I must outrun the fastest lion. What it means is that the lion wants to outrun the fastest gazelle so that he can eat it, or else he will die of starvation. Hunger. All right. The gazelle also say, I don't want to become a prey. The hunger that I want to become a prey, I must outrun the fastest lion. So I used to say that in life, two things will kill a man amongst many things, right? Two things. It's either you die of hunger or you die as a prey. Or rather, it's either you die of starvation or you die as a prey. So what I'm saying is this: you must have the mindset of the gazelle and have the mindset of a lion. You must wake up every morning so hungry that you want to outrun the fastest gazelle so that you can eat and remain alive. You also want to wake up like a gazelle, knowing that you have to outrun the fastest lion so that you are not swallowed up with the vicissitude of life. Am I communicating? If I'm communicating, please put it on the post. Let me know. I can see Emmanuel and Deborah sharing already. Let more people come in and make comment. Let me know that you are getting value and I'm communicating. So powerful, so powerful. All right. So I want to stop there as per discovery because of my time. You discover by number one, asking question, and number two, being hungry. You know, a lot of people say that intelligence quotient, you know, many years ago, people say IQ, right, is a great thing. You need to have a great IQ to become great in life. Then suddenly, people like Daniel Goleman came with the concept of EQ. They call it emotional intelligence. call it intelligence quotient. So instead of IQ, people were not talking about EQ. They say you need to develop great EQ. But while they tell us about IQ and EQ, intelligence quotient and emotional intelligence, they refuse to tell us about HQ. And HQ, by HQ, I do not mean headquarters. By HQ, I mean, what is your hunger quotient, my friend? What is your hunger quotient, baby? What is your hunger quotient, Bobo? All right? How hungry are you? What's your HQ? All right? This is very powerful. Now, let's take it a notch higher. Now, you've discovered it. Because of time, I don't want to go ahead of that. And of course, most of these things are in my book. So if I tell you about everything, how will you even obtain the book? All right? Now, that's by the way. So the second thing is this development. Okay. A lot of people stay in the level of discovery and they wonder why they are not making impact. Right? They said, I've discovered my abilities. Now I think I can rest. No, sir. Right? Even though, all right, thank you, Victor. Right? Even though you've discovered your ability, my friend, you must develop it. So let me give you a practical example. Now, you went to the market. Let's imagine, let me use Deborah, for instance. Deborah went to the market and she went to buy some meat. When she was coming home, immediately she was entering the house, her younger brother who was playing around began to smell some things and saw probably some fly escorting Deborah into the compound. Then the guy started also, the younger brother started smelling, Deborah, Auntie Deborah, what are you bringing in the house? You went out, why are you smelling like this? Please, Auntie, leave me. I want to be playing outside. This thing you brought is really smelling. Please, I don't want to smell it. Go inside, Auntie, go inside, don't disturb me. Then after some 5-10 minutes, Deborah puts it on the fire, parboil the what is it called now, the meat. Okay. She also begins to say, she begins to pour condiments, curry, Maggi, salt, and other things. Of course, automatically aroma begins to come out, isn't it? Now, then suddenly that same brother who was saying that this thing is smelling began to say, Auntie, what is happening here? What's cooking here? I want to eat. Then the brother said, that's exactly what he said. Now, this is exactly what happens to a lot of people because they are raw meat. Nobody eats raw meat. So their giftings, their abilities, and what they've discovered is raw. So like Deborah's brother, people are rejecting it. But when you begin to develop it, then it becomes attractive. Thank you, Favor. All right, it becomes attractive and people are compelled to gravitate around it. You see that? From a raw meat that was smelly to a pepper soup that was attractive. That's exactly what you do when you develop your gift. All right. So 2A, if you want, that thing that Deborah did is called the power of process. The power of process, very powerful. The process of buying meat and taking it to the house, parboiling it, putting the condiments and cooking it into pepper soup is process. And that is what your generation and mine refuse to want to go into. They do not want the process. Everybody wants this sharp. Now. They do not want to delay gratification. They do not realize that process is key. Process builds stamina. Process helps you build capacity. Process helps you build excellence. Process helps you build attraction. When you undergo process, all right, people cannot deny that you know it. When you undergo process, even when you fall, you can rise. No wonder the other day Jim Rohn said, it's better to know how to make $1 million than to have $1 million. Right now, is it bad to have $1 million? Not at all. But Jerome is saying that he would prefer to know how to make it. Because if you have $1 million, there are tendency you can lose it. But if you know how to make $1 million, even if you lose it, you can get it again and again. Why? The power of process. The generation out there, you need to burn your midnight candle. That process. Listening to seminar like this and burning your data is investment. That's the process. You must engage in the process. Anything that wants to last long, anybody who wants to make impact in this life must be a student of process. Can I say that again? Anybody who wants to make impact in our world must be a student of process. If you jump the process, you are still going to come back to it someday. If you jump the process, then greatness is not yours. You may come up, like, permit my language, like a shooting star. Okay, but it's only a matter of time. Before 1 year is done, you are out of the system. Why? You just came with a bang. Process didn't build you. As long as process didn't build you, you can't be kept there. All right. So this is very powerful. The power of process. Build capacity. Very important, Emmanuel. Okay, it's critical. Now that's process. Then number 2 is what I call becoming a ritualist. So 2B. 2 is discovery. 2A, the power of process. 2B, becoming a ritualist. Now, thank God I'm not with any knife here and I'm not with any chicken here. So I'm not talking about any ritual that you know, whether in the east, west, north, or south of Nigeria. By ritual, I mean what you do daily. Now, listen to this. This may be one of the most important statements I will make on this platform tonight. Now, listen to it very carefully, right? And what is it? A lot of people have been told that your future is on your inside. I agree. Thank you, Rosalind. A lot, or some other people say your future is in tomorrow. I agree. Some say your future is in your hands. I also agree. Some say your future is tied to your past. I agree. Then the spiritual people amongst us will say your future is in the hand of God. I also agree. 5 places where they say your future and mine are. Number one, some say your future is on your inside. I agree. Some say your future is in your hands. I agree. Some say your future is tied to your past. I agree. Some say your future is in tomorrow. I agree. Some say your future is in the hand of God. I agree. But there's one area they refuse to tell you and I where our future is. Future and mine is hidden in our rituals. Your future and mine is hidden in our daily routine. By ritual, I mean daily routine. So show me what you've been able to do in the last 7 days. I may be able to predict your future with some measure of accuracy. This thing altered my life forever. So somebody here, I know there are younger people here who are probably reading courses because JAM gave them, or the school gave them, or their parent asked them to read that course. But can I give you good news tonight? You can change the trajectory of your life by engaging in a ritual. You can decide to say every day between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. I'll be on YouTube. I'll be reading a book. I'll be taking a course on Coursera. All right, on digital marketing, which is my forte. I can tell you for free, in a matter of few months, you are going to change your life completely. Everyone who you see has some greatness today is one person or one man or woman who has had a ritual of discipline. Ritual cannot happen without discipline. You can't build a daily routine. So you need that discipline, because we make our habits, our habits make us ultimately. Can I say that again? We make our habits, and our habits make us ultimately. Very powerful. All right. So having a daily routine is a habit. And ultimately, that habit will make you. This is so powerful. But of course, it takes discipline to develop a ritual. I beg you, try this. I beg you, whatever area, just give yourself 3 months. Give yourself 6 months. You will automatically stand out among the crowd. This is one of the greatest secrets around my life, and that can help anybody. The power of daily routine. This is critical. Then number 3, all right, 1C or 2C, if you love it, is the power of volunteering. It's the power of service. Okay, very powerful. The other day, Jesus was asked, Mommy Zebedee, James and John. For those of us who are not Christians, I want you to indulge me. All right, we are going to learn from this story. Okay, now, so Mommy Zebedee came before Jesus and said, Jesus, you know what? I brought my sons, James and John. They told me that you have a kingdom you are going to in tomorrow. So I want you to place, when you get to that kingdom, place one of them to your right and place the other on the left. I want you to put them in your kingdom. Then, wow, Jesus said, okay, Mommy, it's not for me to determine all of these. He said, but I'll give you a secret, Mommy. I want to show you a shortcut. They say shortcut is bad, but Jesus shared a very powerful shortcut, right? This shortcut is not bad. He said, anybody who wants to be chief amongst you, anybody who wants to lead amongst you, must to become a servant, all right? So the route to greatness, the route to impact is servanthood, is volunteering. I can tell you for free, you will build capacity when you volunteer. A generation out there, they want money sharp. Can I tell somebody who is just a graduate out there is better? You can compare it, all things being equal. Sometimes it may be better to get a job with a lower pay, but helps you to build certain capacity, than to get a job with higher pay that doesn't help you build capacity. I'm telling you for free. Because ultimately, in that place, when you volunteer, okay, some volunteering is powerful. Learn to volunteer, my friends. So imagine just volunteer. Serve is the route to greatness. That's another way to develop your abilities. When you serve, you will develop capacity that will stun you as well. So please learn to serve, volunteer. Can I tell to Muslims and Christians out there, right? Do you know that some of our churches and mosques are registered as NGOs? All right, I hope you know that the government does not recognize a church and a mosque. What the government recognizes, no matter, tell me the name of your church, tell me the name of your mosque, I do not care. all the government know is that they are registered as NGOs. They are non-governmental organizations. So what it means is this: for some of us who engage in church and mosque activities or who run away, you do not know that when you graduate at 25, they now said, okay, you've come for this job interview, but we need somebody, although you are good, you had a 2-1, a 4-pointer, you even had the first class, but you know, we wanted to give you this job because you did well in our exams and did well in our interview, but we needed somebody who has 5-year experience. But you went home and began to cry that entrepreneurship in this world, they are wicked. Where do they expect me? I'm just a young person at 23, 25. How do they expect me I just graduated? How do they expect me to have a 5-year work experience? What you do not know is that as you volunteer in the NGO, call your church or mosques, what you didn't know is that you have built, some of you have 5 years, 10 years experience already. You can tweak your CV. Now, I'm not going to say you now go and write Nuruddin mocks or whatever, or write Holy Ghost baptism. No, wisdom. All right. You're not lying, but there's a way you can coin it that this and this and this were what you do in this NGO and give it a name. For instance, Redeem, they have a lot of olive branch. So you can say olive branch NGO or olive branch charity organization. You didn't lie. All right, so this is very powerful. So not just churches and mosques, in various areas. You're on holiday, go and volunteer. All right, go, or you're schooling from the house. Go, maybe you're a lawyer. Go to a firm. Before you go to the next 5 firms, tell them you just want to volunteer. You don't want to do anything. I can tell you for free, you can begin to build capacity. Okay, what we said is discovery. In discovery, we said you must ask questions, and number 2, you must be hungry. Right? Then number 2, we said is development. Whatever you have discovered, you need to develop. Okay, and in development, we said number 2A, we said the power of process, we said the power of daily rituals. Number 3, we said the power of service. And number 4, now I'm talking about converting what you do into a product or a service, or have a product or service that you can offer. Now listen to me. The minimum thing you can do to earn a fee from what you do for free and make impact is to convert that thing into a product or a service, or market other people's product or services. This is the minimum anybody can do. Listen to me. You must be able to develop a product. So you are saying, I'm making impact, but I'm not making money. I'm just doing it for free. Nobody there. They're just saying thank you. They're just saying well done, my friend. They even call you to pick your brain. They say, how far? You know, you are the one that graduated best in our class. We'll love to call you my friend. Convert it into product and services. Now, somebody is saying, before somebody asks a question, somebody is saying, okay, I've been doing certain things for free, and if I begin to charge them, they will not want to accept because they are my friends and my family. You know what you can do? Tell them that you have family and friends bonus. So instead of them paying 3K, they can pay 2,500 or 2,000. You still make a win or break even. But the point is that they pay instead of getting it for free. Tell them it's family and friends bonus. Guilt strip them and tell them that if you don't pay for these things, you say you want to wear it in the next 6 months. Which money do you think I will use to buy your Ankara and Ashwebi? Guilt strip them, or give them a family and friends bonus. That's powerful. That's, by the way, let me not go deep into that. Somebody has had me showing, Niyi, thank you tonight. You've told me that the minimum thing I can do to earn a fee for what I do for free and to make impact is to convert it into a product or service. Tonight, I'm going to start a book. Tonight, I'm going to start a single, an EP. Now, before you go any further, let me give you a caveat. Let me give you a warning. All right. As interesting as product and services are, you must understand that there's what is called a thirsty crowd. There's what is called a hungry crowd. This is powerful. This is why now businesses will not fail just because of structures or poor management. They also fail because people do not understand the concept called the starving crowd and the thirsty crowd. So let me give you a practical example. I do not know how many people watching us now, but let's imagine all of us are in a room. All right. And in that room there's no AC, there's no fan, and we are choked up in that room for some reason. So what happens is this: we'll begin to sweat, isn't it? And we'll need ventilation. And one other thing we'll need immediately is water. We want to drink water, isn't it? Want to drink water? Eh? Pardon me. I deliberately did that to prove a point. So everybody need water. So imagine I have a 5-year-old boy and I have a 3-year-old boy. All right. They now came into the hall, said, Daddy, you are here. Daddy, we want to practicalize one of the things you teach us. You taught us, rather. So they came to the hall where all of us were gathered, were choking, and we needed water. Then they now brought up this water and said, how much is this water? Some people say, oh, this is lucky, maybe 500. Some say, no, it's 250 now. Some say, okay. It's 400. Let's just buy. So the boy said, no. This water, they are going to sell it for 1,000 naira. I hope you know that some of us will rush to get that water. Why? These boys came to a market called a starving market, a thirsty market. And so when they came to a starving market or a thirsty market, they sold out. One of the reasons why you are not selling out is likely because you are not in a starving market. You are not in a hungry market, so they do not need your product. Because even in your hungry market, it's not everybody that will be hungry at the same time. Because a lot of people say, this thing I've developed, this conference I'm doing, or this stuff I'm doing, or this product I have, everybody will want it. No, sir. As long as you are not oxygen and water, not everybody will need you. As long as you are not oxygen and water, not everybody will need you. You need to go for those who need you. I'm sure that's one of the things Esther did with this conference. When we wrote this book, How to Earn a Fee from What You Do for Free, in under 1 month, we had sold 500 copies as per pre-order. We knew exactly who we wanted. We knew the starving market. We knew the thirsty market. And so when we wrote the book, it became a bestseller in a matter of weeks. Right, so this is powerful. Know your starving crowd. No, they call it buyer persona. They call it target market. Whatever lingua you have, make sure you know your target market and hit them. So after you've done these 2 stages, you've discovered your ability, all right, you've developed them, it's not enough. You also need to deploy and duplicate them. You need to deploy and duplicate them. So under deploy and duplicating, if you're following carefully, 3A is the power of visibility. Somebody write visibility and put fire there. Visibility, visibility, visibility. Visibility is powerful. Now, this is very critical. You need to be visible. You need to be visible. People will not patronize you until they know you, like you, or trust you. There's the concept called KLT. Probably you've also had it during this conference. There's a concept called KLT. Know, like, and trust. People will not buy from you until they know you or know somebody who knows you. They will not buy from you until they like you or like somebody who likes you. They will not buy from you until they trust you or trust somebody who trusts you. Thank you, John. All right, visibility. You need to be visible. Gone are the days where people will say, you think they show yourself. Forgive my lingua. All right, you need to show. Why they show yourself like this? You don't become motivational speaker. We say you start, you don't join their Esther gang, or you don't join their Festus gang. Yeah. See, listen to me. Show yourself. Come on, put it on the screen right now. Show yourself. As long as you want to add value to your world, don't be shy. Don't be ashamed. Show yourself. It is those that show yourself. Even our Jesus said, you are a city set on the hill, cannot be hidden. He said, let your light so shine. So you are responsible to allowing your light shine. Nobody's responsibility. Come out. Let's see. Cultists are coming out and recruiting people. You who add value, who wants to change the world, who want to make impact, but holding it, my friend, you are doing your world a disservice. You are doing yourself a disservice. You are doing your generation a disservice. Show yourself. Thank you, Esther. Show yourself. Show yourself. Right? If you can do it, let us know. Powerful. Right? So you can only build KLT by being visible. You see, listen to this very powerful. One of the most important statements I'll make. Listen. The best is not always the best. So if I can have it in the chat, because I love to keep with time, just Adeboye, if you can just tell me how many minutes I have left just on the chat, so that I know I'm wrapping up already. Just give me how many minutes I have in the chat. Thank you, Mitchell. Mitchell, it's good to see you. All right. So show yourself. So I tell people always that the best is no longer the best. Just a second. All right. I tell them that best is no longer best. Right. Best is the most visible. And let me explain to you. So there's a guy called, so let's imagine there's a lady called Mitchell, and there's another lady called Esther. So Esther trained Mitchell, right? Esther trained Mitchell on how to do painting, okay? So when Esther trained Mitchell on how to, okay, beautiful. Thank you so much, all right? 10 minutes, so let's run, okay? By 7:57, I'll be done. All right, so Esther trained Mitchell on how to paint. Okay, however, Esther is the reserved one. I'm just giving you a practical example. Esther doesn't love to show herself, but I know this is how Esther loves to show herself. All right, that's why we have this conference. Okay, so and I trust her. Okay, but she doesn't like to show herself. However, But the Mitchell she trained loves to show herself. Anytime Mitchell does any small painting, she'll put it on Facebook. She'll put it on her WhatsApp status. All right. Now, even though some of us outside or in the inner caucus know that Esther is better, Esther coach Mitchell, but the world does not know Esther. So best is no longer the best. Best is the most visible. Oh, don't leave me. Don't leave me. Can I say it 2 more times? Best is not always the best. The best is Esther, but we do not know that Esther is the best. Is the most visible that we term the best. So best is no longer best. Best is the most visible. So there are a lot of people who, thank you for bringing out Ayomide. Thank you. Best is no longer best. Best is the most visible. Is the person that we see, that we hear from, that we see consistently, that we call the best. Not the person who is so good, but we cannot see them. He's only good in his house. All right. So this is very important. So develop visibility. The other thing, right, is marketing. I know a lot has gone forth in this conference about marketing. All right. So 3B is your ability to market shamelessly. Do not be ashamed of marketing, my friend. See, your money is not in your fine product. Your money is not in your designer perfume. Your money is in your marketing. Your money is in your selling. Can I say that again? Your money is not in the beauty of your product. Your money is not in the fineness of your service. Your money is in your marketing. Your money is in your selling. So you must take the responsibility of marketing and selling, because that's where the money is. Because it doesn't matter how great a product is, as long as you are not selling, it is equivalent to zero. So market, sell shamelessly. Engage storytelling in selling. Engage copywriting in selling. Let me give you a practical example. Very straightforward. It's a copywriting example. So imagine this is Ayomide. Ayomide and I want to teach you guys here, want to teach us how to make money from our phones. Okay. So I titled my class. All right. How to make money from your phone in 10 days. That's the title of my class. Ayomide, however, titled this class, How I Made 500,000 from my phone in 2 days, and how you can do the same. Whose class will you attend? Of course, it's Ayomide's class. Even me, I will attend Ayomide's class. I will attend Ayomide's class. You know why? I will attend this class. But you see, I may be better than him. However, he's able to understand the concepts behind copywriting. He's able to understand how to give a powerful and inciting headline to his subject, to his product. He's able to sell more. Some people, they are not better than you, but they understand the concept of copywriting. They're able to title it. Imagine I title my class, How to Make Money from Your Phone. He titled his class, How I Made 500,000 from my phone in 2 days, and how you can do the same. Of course. All right. I think that's one of the reasons we even sold out with our book, How to Earn a Fee from What You Do for Free. Wow. So people will say, wow, that's the power of title. It's powerful. You must go and engage, go and attend Esther's class on copywriting. All right. Attend that class. You will get more of this. Right. Not everything will be free. Not everything will be said here. For instance, if I told you everything about my book, how will you buy it? If Esther tells you everything about copywriting, how will you get it? So get to a class, and I can tell you, remember process, it will pay you at the end of the day. All right. So the other thing you also need to do is to leverage the digital space. Okay, this is very powerful. Some months ago, not some months ago, about 2 years ago, there's a young man in Kaduna, Nigeria, where I live. Okay, who said, okay, you know what? I love Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is my favorite artist. So he said, okay, I love to paint. There's what is called hyperrealist actors who paint, or artists. They paint with pencil. Some of you realize that they've been popular in the last couple of days. They've been very popular in the last couple of years. All right. So they've been popular in the last couple of days. Okay, in the last couple of years. So he decided to draw Kevin Hart. So when he drew Kevin Hart, he now said, okay, everybody, I want you guys to see Kevin Hart that I've drawn. I want you to retweet it until Kevin Hart sees it. Now, in about 48 hours or thereabout, Kevin Hart saw it, and Kevin Hart was impressed. He said, you know what? I want to commission you to do some for my friends and all of that. Now, that's the power of the digital space. This guy could have waited another 10 years, 5 years before he gains experience. Or remember the guy who's called Farouk, all right, somewhere in the University of Ibadan. right? Farouk said, you know what? I've designed a new logo for Innocent Vehicle Motors, and I want you guys to help me retweet it until Innocent Vehicle sees it. He did it on Twitter, right? So when he did it on Twitter, people started retweeting. Then the management of Innocent Vehicle Motors saw it and said, wow, you know what? We need to we need to see you so that we can talk more. So they invited this guy many years ago, just about a year or two ago. And even though they told him they cannot do that work now because of the cost, but they rewarded him, and they said they will consult him when he needs it. What's my point? What's my point exactly? This guy was in 200 level when he did this thing, computer science 200 level. Now, he would have waited until after 3 years he graduates. After he graduates, he goes for NYC. After going for NYC, he will now write a proposal to that company, or he will say that he wants to work for that company. They will tell him for 3 years experience, or he will write a proposal, and when he takes it to the company, somebody will hijack the proposal and make it theirs. All right, and he will lose all of that. But the power of the digital space change. See, the digital space equalizes the world for everybody. Like I said, life may not be fair. Principle equalizes it. Let me also say, life may not be fair. All right, the digital space, the social media space gives us a platform. That's why everybody talk rubbish and everybody don't do what they do. But not the rubbish guys now. But that's exactly what it means. Everybody has a platform to say what they want to say, and it can get to the world at any time. All right, I don't want to say more. The other last thing I will say is that leverage relationships. Relationship is powerful. You want to make impact, you must understand that relationships is very powerful. The other day, all right, as great as Jesus was, let me end with this. I'm ending now. As great as Jesus was, Jesus could not do a lot of things. Again, my Muslim folks, please indulge me. But one day, the Bible tells us that he was being baptized in River Jordan, and suddenly a voice came from heaven and said, "This is my beloved son in whom I'm well pleased." Oh, wow. From that day, my friend, Jesus blew. Even Jesus blew. After that pronouncement, powerful. Why? Relationship. He had relationship with God, and by God pronouncing him, holding his hands high, he blew from that day. Who is holding your hands? What relationship have you developed and cultivated that by the measure of that person, or from somebody seeing that person around you, they will say, because I saw you around Esther, I know you're a nice person. Do you have such a relationship? I'm not talking about relationships today. That's a whole book on its own. I believe you've gotten value tonight. Thank you so much for having me. Remember, how do you make impact? If you're not making impact, you're making negative impact. All right. So ensure you make impact. Thank you and good evening.
Niyi, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for the wealth of knowledge you poured out to us here. We are really, really grateful for the gift of you. Thank you so much. And I must say that your book is also one of the reasons why some of us found our footing in the online space. Thank you for writing that book, and thank you for selling it, because if you had not sold the book, we probably wouldn't have gotten access to that. Thank you for not being wicked. Thank you for selling your book to us. Really appreciate you, sir. And we say God bless you. Thank you for joining the Big Game Conference. Guys, so the next session will be coming up in a few minutes time from now. Do not leave. We are here till 9 or 10 thereabout, and there's still many more you can learn. There's still many more you can learn. Thank you for joining this session once again. My name is Odemwingie David. We will see you again some other time.